There are mornings when joy does not arrive with you when you wake up. You open your eyes and the weight is already there. Not necessarily from something you can name, but from something accumulated. A tiredness that sleep did not fully fix. A quiet that feels less like peace and more like emptiness. A sense that something you once counted on, some lightness, some ease, some basic sense that all is well, has slipped a little further from reach. You try to orient toward hope and find the feeling is flat, colorless, distant. You reach for the simple pleasure of a new morning, and it does not come easily. Some mornings this comes with a clear reason. There is a specific grief, a specific loss, a specific failure or disappointment that is the obvious source of the weight, and you can trace the heaviness directly to it. Other mornings it comes without a label, without a cause you can identify or argue with, which can actually make it harder to bear because there is nothing to fix, nothing to problem solve, nothing to address. It is simply there, like weather. A cloud that is moved in and is not moving. And in that shapeless heaviness, questions rise. Is this permanent? Is something broken inside me? Is this what faith is supposed to feel like? Have I lost something I should have kept? If that is where you are this morning, you are not alone. And you are not outside the reach of what this day can offer. The Psalms, the prayer book of ancient Israel, the songs that Jesus sang and prayed from memory, were written by people who knew this experience with intimacy and without shame. They did not write only from the mountaintop. They wrote from the valley floor, with full honesty about what the valley feels like. David wrote psalms from inside fear, inside shame, inside grief so deep it had become physical. My bones are in agony. My strength is dried up like a potsherd. And yet Scripture calls him a man after God's own heart. Not because he was always bright and faithful and composed, because he kept turning toward God even when everything in him wanted to turn away. David prayed in Psalm 30, verse 5, "For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." Weeping may stay for the night. David does not deny the night. He does not instruct us that if our faith were stronger, the dark hours would not come, or that real believers live above this kind of weight. He says, weeping stays. It occupies the night. It is real. It has duration and texture and presence. Night is a legitimate part of David's theology. But then he says something that changes the whole equation. But rejoicing comes in the morning. Not as a reward for sufficient spiritual performance, not as a prize for the faithful few, simply in the morning. Rejoicing comes. The rhythm is built into the fabric of creation itself. Night does not last forever. It cannot. The God who made the morning built it into the nature of things. There is something worth resting in regarding the word favor in this verse. David contrasts God's anger, which he says lasts only a moment, with God's favor, which lasts a lifetime. The Hebrew word here, ratzon, does not mean God's occasional approval or a reward temporarily granted for good behavior. It means goodwill, delight, the settled, ongoing, positive disposition of God toward those who belong to Him. Favor is not something that fluctuates wildly based on how your week has gone or whether you have been consistent in your devotional life. Through grace, it is the baseline of your relationship with God, His default orientation toward you. Not indifference, not tolerance, something that looks very much like delight. Think about what it means for that to be true on a morning when joy feels far away. If God's favor, not his distant approval, but his active, engaged goodwill, is the constant backdrop of your life, then what are the nights? The nights are real. The weeping is real. But they are not evidence that God's favor has been withdrawn or his presence has gone cold. They are not the measure of your standing with him. They are the experience of living in a world that is not yet fully restored, in a body that gets tired, in a soul that has seasons of bareness. The night is real, but it is also temporary. The favor that outlasts it is not. Consider how a loving parent relates to a child who is having a hard night. The child's distress is real. The parent does not dismiss it or instruct the child that they should not be feeling it. But the parent also does not abandon the child to the distress. They stay. They are present. They offer a reliable presence that says, "You are not alone in this. I am here." And in that presence, something begins to shift. The darkness becomes more bearable because it is shared. That is something like the picture David is painting. God does not require the night to be over before he draws close. He draws close in the night. And it is his closeness that makes way for the morning. David had direct and repeated experience of this rhythm throughout his life. He had known seasons of profound darkness, the years of running from Saul, hiding in caves, watching his own family fall apart in grief and violence. He wrote some of his most honest psalms from inside those seasons. He wrote, "How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" That is not a composed, polished prayer. That is the raw prayer of a man in the middle of a long night, wondering if the morning will come. And what David discovered over decades of walking with God through those seasons was that the morning did come. Not always quickly, not always in the form he expected, but the morning came. The joy returned, not because David manufactured it through sheer determination, but because the God who holds the rhythm of all things kept turning the night into morning. The author of Psalm 16 adds a voice to this truth that speaks directly to where we are. He writes in verse 11, "You make known to me the path of life. You will fill me with joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures at your right hand." Fill me with joy in your presence. This is not a joy that comes from circumstances finally cooperating, or from achieving some emotional state through spiritual effort. It is a joy that comes from presence, from being in proximity to the living God. And the promise is that God fills with this joy. He is not withholding it, waiting for you to earn your way to it. He fills. The filling is his action, his gift, not something you produce through striving. There is something important in the phrase "at your right hand," which echoes the same imagery we find in Isaiah 41:13, where God takes hold of the right hand. The right hand in biblical culture was the place of strength, of honor, of special nearness. And here the psalmist says, "Eternal pleasures at your right hand." God's joy is not a small thing, not a trickle, not a compensation prize. It is described as eternal pleasures, the deep, full, unending satisfaction that exists in the presence of God himself. Not just enough to get through the morning, enough for eternity. And that joy is not only a future inheritance. It is available now, in this moment, in this presence, in this turning toward God that you are already making. So when joy feels far away this morning, the path is not to try harder to feel it. You cannot produce joy by wanting it more intensely, any more than you can produce sunlight by closing your eyes and willing it harder. The path is to move toward presence, to place yourself in the proximity of the one who fills with joy, to sit in this quiet space and let your honest need be your prayer. I cannot manufacture this, but you can fill me. And I am here. I am open. I am willing to receive whatever you choose to give. That posture, honest, present, and open-handed before God, is itself a form of prayer. And it is precisely the posture that creates the conditions for His filling. There is a profound difference between joy that is produced and joy that is given. The joy that is produced is fragile. It is built on circumstances, on energy, on things going a particular way. When those things change, and they always do, the joy that depended on them collapses. But the joy that is given, the joy that Paul calls a fruit of the Spirit, the joy that the psalmist receives in the presence of God, has a completely different foundation. It does not depend on how the morning went. It does not depend on feeling rested or feeling ready or feeling like today is going to be different from yesterday. It depends entirely on the nature of the one who gives it. And the nature of the one who gives it does not change with the weather, with the news, with how you feel when you wake up. Paul names joy as a fruit of the Spirit, not a fruit of favorable circumstances or a result of sufficient spiritual effort. A fruit grows. It takes time. It develops through seasons, including seasons of dormancy and cold. The fruit of the Spirit is not manufactured in a moment of spiritual peak performance. It grows, slowly and surely, in a life that stays connected to the vine. And if you feel today that the fruit is not yet visible, it does not mean the connection has been severed. It may simply mean the growing is still happening beneath the surface, in ways you cannot yet see. And it is important to name this. This is not toxic positivity. This is not a command to perform cheerfulness or to tell yourself everything is fine when it is not. The Psalms give you full permission to tell God exactly how dark the night has been, to be completely honest about the weight, the longing, the exhaustion. Psalm 22 opens with the rawest possible prayer. My God, why have you forsaken me? Those are the words Jesus cried from the cross, not a failure of faith, the truest possible use of prayer. Bring the night in all its truth. Name the weight. Let God hear the exact texture of the grief. And then, not instead, but also, receive the promise. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Think of it this way. You would not conclude that the sun has permanently disappeared because it is nighttime. You know, without seeing the sun, that it will rise. The night is simply what happens between one morning and the next. And faith, in its most basic form, is trusting the rhythm. Trusting that the God who brought yesterday's morning can bring tomorrow's. Even when the current night is long. Even when the night has lasted longer than you thought it would. The sun does not ask your permission to rise. The morning comes because it is in the nature of the day. And the joy comes because it is in the nature of God. You may not feel the morning yet. You may be in the early gray, the half-light before the full sun arrives. That is okay. The promise is not that the morning has already come, only that it comes. It is not conditional on your emotional readiness or your spiritual performance. It comes because God is faithful to the rhythm He built into all things. Morning follows night. Not always quickly, not always in the form we expected, but the morning comes. It is coming, and it cannot be stopped. The rhythm is reliable. God's favor has not been withdrawn. His presence has not left. The joy that feels far away this morning is not gone permanently. It is not lost, not taken, not withheld as punishment. It is His to give, and He gives generously to those who come to Him in honesty and in need. Let us bring all of this to Him now in prayer. Father, I come to You this morning without the joy I wish I had. I am not going to pretend otherwise. The weight is real. The dryness is real. There is a distance between where I am and where I wish I was, emotionally, spiritually, in terms of simple hope. And I bring all of that to You honestly now, without dressing it up, without trying to sound more faithful than I feel. Thank You that You can receive this honesty. Thank You that You are not surprised or put off by the night. You made the Psalms the heart of Your people's prayer, and the Psalms are full of this kind of raw, unedited honesty. I am in good company in bringing my gray morning to You. Thank You for the promise that Your anger lasts only a moment, but Your favor lasts a lifetime. Help me believe that right now, when my circumstances do not feel like a reflection of Your favor. Help me trust that the favor is the deeper truth, not the feeling. That the night I am in is not the measure of Your love for me. That You have not grown distant or cold or changed in Your disposition toward me. Forgive me for the times I have concluded from my feelings that Your presence was absent. For the times I took the emotional weather as the spiritual reality. Teach me the difference between what I feel and what is true, and when the gap appears, to hold what is true. Give me what I cannot give myself this morning. Not a performance of cheerfulness, not manufactured optimism. Something real, the joy that comes from Your presence, not from my circumstances. The quiet certainty, even a small seed of it, that the morning is coming, that the night does not have the final word, that You have not forgotten the address of this particular sorrow. I draw near to You, even in this. I choose to trust that You are here. I choose to believe David's testimony, that the weeping does not last forever, that the morning brings rejoicing. I choose it not because I feel it yet, but because You said it, and You are faithful. For everyone hearing this who is in a long night, for those whose joy has been distant not for a day, but for weeks or months, I pray a specific grace. The grace of endurance without bitterness, the grace of honesty without despair, the grace of one more morning of turning toward You, trusting that the turning is not wasted, that every beginning in Your presence, however heavy the beginning feels, is a beginning that has found the right place. Let the joy come, in Your way, in Your timing, but let it come. And in the waiting, let there be a companionship, a nearness that is real even when the joy is not yet visible. Let this quiet with You be the place where the filling begins. Let this moment of turning toward You, however small it feels, however little I have to bring, let it be the seed of something. A seed of returning, a seed of trust, a seed of the joy that is already Yours to give, and that You will give in Your time and in Your way to the one who has not stopped turning toward You. Let today's turning be that seed. Let it count for something real and lasting. Let it matter in ways I cannot yet see. In the name of Jesus, who in the garden asked if the cup could be taken from him, who knew a night darker than any night we will face, and who on the other side of it brought a morning that changed the entire story of human existence. He knows what it is like to be in the dark. He has been in the dark on behalf of all of us. And because he has, there is not a corner of human darkness that his presence cannot enter, not a depth of grief that he cannot find, not a night so long that his morning cannot reach it. He is the first fruit of the morning that is coming for all of us, and he is also the companion for the dark nights between here and there. He does not wait at the finish line. He walks through the darkness with you, step by step, in every gray morning and every long season of waiting. Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. That morning is coming for you. This day may still feel like part of the night, but the God who makes mornings is already present with you in this one. And his favor, unbreakable, unfailing, not dependent on your feelings or your performance, is over your life right now. It was there before the night began. It held through every hour of the night, and it will be there, full and bright and undiminished, when the morning finally comes in all its fullness. Take one more breath in this quiet place. Know that you are held, and step into the day, one moment at a time, in the company of the one who has promised to walk with you through every night and into every morning that follows. The God of the morning is already in this day ahead of you, and his favor goes before you. Amen.